Good morning, Raymond Temple. Today is Monday, April 11th, 2022.
Another wonderful week of learning awaits. Here's your magnificent Monday challenge.
Number 8. Time for a little road trip. Can you tell which way the bus is moving? So, if you were trying to find the driver or carefully examine the passengers, nice try. But it's way simpler than that. Bus doors are always on the right side. Since you can't see the doors in this picture, the bus must be moving to the left.
Share your current events. Today is National Pet Day, so hug your hedgehog, bond with your buddy, and cut your kitty some catnip.
That critter makes you happy. And that's not all. Over the past 10 years, the National Issues of Health, NIH, has partnered in to research to determine the physical and mental benefits of having a pet.
It turns out that not only pets can steal our hearts, but they can also contribute to overall heart health by lowering cholesterol and blood pressure levels, the stuff you don't want too much of. Here are some interesting graphics. Take a look.
Scavenger Hunt is scheduled for April 21st, early bird special. 75 PBIS points from now until April 13th. Begin April 14th. The event will be 100 PBIS points. Remember to soar so you are allowed to participate in the Scavenger Hunt.
Here's Dr. Chalice.
Good morning, Raymond Temple. Just thinking about my little Annie, my red bone coonhound, lowers my blood pressure. Now my pet is the exact same pet as in the classic book Where the Red Fern Grows. And her name is actually the same name as the main character, Little Annie. So National Pet Day, shout out to my little Annie. I have two things I want to share. First, student council elections are here. We will be showing you a short video after all of these announcements. So teachers in 3rd through 5th grade, please stay tuned after the pledge so that your students can watch this important video on all things student council. Second, today is the first day where I would like for us to have a school-wide conversation about the following. Words matter. I want to ask everyone a question. I want you to take a minute and I want you to think about something that was said to you that really hurt your feelings. Take a minute. I bet everyone out there remembers at least one example when something was said that hurt your heart. I also guarantee that for some of you, it might have happened a year ago, 2 years ago, not just yesterday. Why? Because words stick. You may not remember exactly word for word what was said, but when something mean that is directed at your heart is said to you, you don't forget it. I can remember when someone said something mean to me when I was in high school. don't forget it. Boys and girls, today's our first day when we start thinking about our words and being accountable for what they do to other people's hearts. Words matter. And if you remember when someone said something mean to you, I guarantee you that if you say something mean to another person, they're gonna feel the same way. Watch your words. They become your actions. Watch your actions. They become your character. Words matter. Take a minute and really think about where your words are right now and which words you're choosing to say. Teachers, please take a minute to discuss this important campaign of words mattering. In the next few days, I will be sharing some real stories that are happening here at Raymond Temple. Words that are being shared and feelings that are being heard. Words matter. And now, let's learn a little bit about our new faces, or our faces of Raymond Temple. She's certainly not new. Mrs. Moy.
Let's start with some getting to know you questions. For those who may not know, what does DHH mean?
DHH stands for, D is for deaf, H and H are hard of hearing.
What room number are you in?
Well, I'm in room number 14.
What grade do you teach?
I teach 4th, 5th, and 6th grade.
Have you always taught this grade and DHH?
No, actually not. Previously, I taught at a high school, and that was 10th, 11th, and 12th grades.
What do you love about teaching?
Well, what do I love about teaching? I love about teaching is the fact my students, seeing them, the growth, their improvement, seeing them grow up, becoming more mature. They inspire me.
What do you love about our team?
Raymond Temple, I love Raymond Temple because it's very inclusive. They include the deaf and hard of hearing students and everything. And also, I love my boss, she's right over there, as well, Dr. Chalice that is, as well as all the staff here and the teachers. Everybody is so supportive.
What hobbies do you enjoy?
As far as hobbies, I like bicycling, cycling, hiking. I also love stories, reading, getting lost in a movie, talking with other people, having those conversations, those things.
Will you share 2 personal facts or a memorable moment you've had in your life?
Absolutely. 2 facts about me is that I'm a CODA, C-O-D-A. Both of my parents are deaf, and I learned sign language when I was 9 months old. It is my first language. And I used to sign like baby signs, mama, dada, you know. I would do it like that, just with my index finger. And then let's see what else. Another fact. I have 2 sons, a 5-year-old and a 7-year-old.
Before we conclude, is there anything you would like to say to your class or our team?
Absolutely. Hello, room 14. I love you all. Continue working hard. You got to build up that knowledge. Never give up.
Thank you for your time, Miss Moy. We appreciate you and all you do.
Curious minds want to know, Why Isaac loves potatoes? Maybe we'll find out during history through the eyes of potato. Play the video.
Baked or fried, boiled or roasted, as chips or fries. At some point in your life, you've probably eaten a potato. Delicious for sure, but the fact is, potatoes have played a much more significant role in our history than just that of the dietary staple we have come to know and love today. Without the potato, our modern civilization might not exist at all. 8,000 years ago in South America, high atop the Andes, ancient Peruvians were the first to cultivate the potato. Containing high levels of proteins and carbohydrates, as well as essential fats, vitamins, and minerals, potatoes were the perfect food source to fuel a large Incan working class as they built and farmed their terraced fields, mined the Rocky Mountains, and created the sophisticated civilization of the great Incan Empire. But considering how vital they were to the Incan people, when Spanish sailors returning from the Andes first brought potatoes to Europe, the spuds were duds. Europeans simply didn't want to eat what they considered dull and tasteless oddities from a strange new land, too closely related to the deadly nightshade plant, belladonna, for comfort. So instead of consuming them, they used potatoes as decorative garden plants. More than 200 years would pass before the potato caught on as a major food source throughout Europe, though even then it was predominantly eaten by the lower classes. However, beginning around 1750, and thanks at least in part to the wide availability of inexpensive and nutritious potatoes, European peasants with greater food security no longer found themselves at the mercy of the regularly occurring grain famines of the time, and so their population steadily grew. As a result, the British, Dutch, and German empires rose on the backs of the growing groups of farmers, laborers, and soldiers, thus lifting the West to its place of world dominion. However, not all European countries sprouted empires. After the Irish adopted the potato, their population dramatically increased, as did their dependence on the tuber as a major food staple. But then disaster struck. From 1845 to 1852, potato blight disease ravaged the majority of Ireland's potato crop, leading to the Irish potato famine, one of the deadliest famines in world history. Over 1 million Irish citizens starved to death, and 2 million more left their homes behind. But of course, this wasn't the end for the potato. The crop eventually recovered, and Europe's population, especially the working classes, continued to increase. Aided by the influx of Irish migrants, Europe now had a large, sustainable, and well-fed population who were capable of manning the emerging factories that would bring about our modern world via the Industrial Revolution. So it's almost impossible to imagine a world without the potato. Would the Industrial Revolution ever have happened? Would World War II have been lost by the Allies without this easy-to-grow crop that fed the Allied troops? Would it even have started? When you think about it like this, many major milestones in world history can all be at least partially attributed to the simple spud from the Peruvian hilltops.
For lunch today, we are having the ever satisfying bean and cheese burrito.
Is that a question or a statement? Do you like bean and cheese burritos? Okay, then for some of you, the ever satisfying. Not for Holly.
Stay tuned for your sight words after the pledge.
And third, fourth, and fifth, stay tuned after the pledge for our student council video.
Remember to soar every day, everywhere, with everyone.
Everyone.
That's it from Raymond Temple Student Council Team. Bye!
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hey, future student council, we're looking for next year's leaders. Come be a part of Raymond Temple history and serve your community. Student council does many things to help our Raymond Temple school. They organize and conduct spirit days. They represent student council at school functions and in the community. They make appropriate choices and act as role models at Raymond Temple. They make morning announcements and do the flag salute. They may have flag duty. They help with the recycling. The historian is a position that is held by fourth graders, which means current third graders can run for it in this election cycle. The historian takes pictures of school functions, such as spirit days, events, and assemblies. There are 2 historian positions available, so 2 third graders can win this position this spring. The treasurer is a 5th grade or 6th grade position. That means current 4th and 5th graders may run for it this election. Treasurer reports on the amount of money in the student council fund at each meeting. They record profits and present bills to be paid at student council meetings. They count up profits from sales, such as the gram sales. The secretary is a 5th grade or 6th grader, so current 4th graders and 5th graders may run for secretary. Secretary keeps notes of meetings and helps to communicate to other members. The president is a 6th grade position only, so that means only 5th graders may run for it in this election. The president presides over student council meetings and leads the flag salute at award ceremonies and morning ceremonies. We do not have a position for vice president on the election ballot, but whoever comes in second as president in the elections will serve as vice president. Oh, do you have what it takes to succeed? You must be able to get missed work done. You have to show responsibility for behavior and learning in the classroom and out. You have to be dependable and able to manage your time. Want to run for office? Get a petition signed by your parents, this year's teacher, and last year's teacher. This will be due by April 15th to Miss Wallinga. You attend a meeting with Miss Wallinga on April 15th at 12:15 to discuss speeches, posters, deadlines, and expectations. You must meet all the due dates. This is the petition of candidacy. You have to be sure you get it signed by your parent, by last year's teacher, and this year's teacher. If you do not have last year's teacher available, they've retired or moved on to another position, or you have moved here from somewhere else, your current teacher can write a little note on here indicating that this isn't possible for you. The positions again are president, which means only 5th graders may circle this and run for president. Historians are for only 4th graders, so only current 3rd graders may run for historian. Secretary is for the 4th and 5th graders to be able to run for it. And treasurer is also 4th graders and 5th graders choosing this to run this election. So petitions will be due to Miss Wallinga in room 13 by Friday, April 15th. I'll have a box by my door. Please wait until after 10:30 because we're testing. You can get your petitions from your current teacher. I'll have given them those ahead of time, so they should have them as you listen to this. Good luck. I hope to see you participating, and I know we'll have a good group of candidates to root on and support this election cycle. Good luck, Raymond Temple.